name's Natalie Sun. I'm a 2018-2019 Fulbright research student. I got my undergraduate degree from Amherst College in biology, and I'm conducting research at the National Taiwan University Veterinary Hospital. My project focuses on assessing heavy metal level concentrations in wild carnivores here. More specifically, we're looking at lead concentration. A second part of my project is that we're trying to assess a less invasive way of testing that. So currently the go-to method is blood sampling, and we're trying to see if hair sampling will give us the same amount of information. To answer these questions, we're conducting research by trapping wild carnivores out in YangMingShan National Park, as well as an area in Taiwan and Miaoli to collect those samples. The first result that we found is that lead levels in YangMingShan are extremely high. That has a lot of ramifications, and I think that gives a lot of basis for attention and resources to be directed towards removing them from that area. The second, and perhaps the more exciting result, is that hair levels do actually correlate with blood levels in terms of lead. So that means that there's a less invasive way for scientists to assess lead levels in wildlife. That means that scientists can work with more vulnerable or threatened species without disturbing them as much. What my work does is we bring these larger problems into more concrete form in terms of data and lead levels, so that people can have a closer relationship and a deeper understanding of how the environment is doing today. The most visited place of my daily routine while I was here was the YangMingShan National Park. That's where I conducted most of my field research.
It is very cold today. I just relocated one of the cages to down here.
I just absolutely fell in love with that place. I was up there almost every day for 4 months in a row. I thought I would get tired of it, but really just every day looked different. Depending on the time of day, the amount of sun, the amount of fog, it was just really a mysteriously and mystically beautiful place. On a veterinary standpoint, those trips, I think, were mind-blowing. I was able to work with species I never would have dreamt of, such as Chinese ferret badgers or crab mongoose or small Chinese civets, all of these, Formosan magpies. As a future veterinarian, I think it's just really exciting to be able to come into contact with these animals that few people get to see. Taiwan is really spearheading animal rights in Asia. They've banned the consumption of dog and cat meat. They've been kind of trying to solve more actively the stray dogs and stray cat issues. And I just really wanted to work and to see what it was like to work with animals within this type of climate. I wanted to push myself in ways that I hadn't been pushed before. I've done research before under professors, but this type of research has always been overseen, and I wanted to see how much I can do by myself as an independent researcher. Everything's independent, schedules, deadlines, everything's completely up to you, and I wanted to see how I would be able to do with that. Through working with the veterinary hospital, I really did get to become familiar with the different types of work cultures that there are in Taiwan. And I realized when I was working in that space that we're not so different after all. This is a space that I was familiar with. I've worked in clinics before. And that in the end, everyone in that space really just cared for animals and patients, and we were all just trying to find better ways to treat them. The veterinary field is not intuitively a very globally collaborative field, but Fulbright definitely opened this channel up for us to collaborate in the future and to build knowledge and to contribute back to the scientific world.